Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we have the new Nomad release. I am so excited to show you guys this. When it came in the mail, I don't know the destination, just like you don't know the destination. Whenever it comes into me, I am just as surprised. And this time, whenever I opened it up, I was like, I was not expecting that. It was such a pleasant surprise that we are going to be looking at the Chicago Speakeasy palette. I was so excited to see this. Okay, so this is the secret passageways and hidden doors. The front, look at that artwork. They always come through every single time with the artwork. It always matches up so well. I love the artwork. And then you open it up, you have some of that design on the inside of the packaging. And then voila! Is that not just perfection for this theme? And this is the velvet and it's raised. And then you have the gold foiling underneath. This here is the intense color and chrome palette. And I did have to swatch already one of the shadows, but here is what the palette looks like. We have our chromes, we have our mattes. Loving this. This is something that you can take and make a colorful look out of, but also a more toned down neutral with pops of the chrome shades. So love this palette. So we are going to do a look. We're going to do swatches, and we're going to find out if this makes it into my top 5 palettes. We will also review what those top 5 palettes are, and we will see if this one knocks one of them out. It is getting harder and harder. So if it does, it's going to be a tight squeeze. So if you're interested in taking a look at this destination palette from Nomad Cosmetics, then just keep watching. So glad you guys decided to stay. Okay, so I'm going to read a little bit about this destination and then we'll go straight into the swatches. Password, please. Enter and relax at one of the cozy Chicago spots as the Windy City cools down for fall. We hope you enjoy crafting a perfect cocktail of colors just for your bespoke speakeasy look. Thank you for all your love and support, Felicia and Auntie at Nomad Cosmetics. New Chicago Speakeasy Color and Chrome Palette. Destination, Knock and Speakeasy. With secret doors and special passwords, Chicago's speakeasy scene was second to none during Prohibition. Via a network of riverways, tunnels crisscrossing the city, the hot commodity was smuggled to concealed bars buzzing with jazz playing, flappers dancing, and drinks flowing. 100 years later, Chicago's speakeasies are still tops with original joints that take you back in time and new places with reinvented classics. So pull up Capone's old seat at Green Mill, grab a Chicago fizz, and keep the good times going. The palette, cozy with cocktails wrapped in velvet and Art Deco design, comes with a mixology of colors, inspired by decadent decors and libations with warm liqueurs, garnished with vibrant twists, 10 indulgent mattes, and 5 exquisite multi-chromes. And the cause that they are supporting is they are proud to support Friends of the Chicago River organization that works to protect and restore the Chicago River for people and for wildlife. Such a pretty palette, don't you think? As I was looking at the swatches, I know that I want to try to create a look that maybe a combination that I haven't done before. We're just going to dip right into this palette, and then at the end, we'll go over everything that I used off camera, and then at the end, we're going to see if this one will beat out and be a part of the top 5. Just to quickly recap what my top 5 are. The first one that I'm going to show you is the New Zealand. This one looks a little something like this here. This is one of my top favorites. So I absolutely love this palette. I get a lot of good looks out of this one. All the looks that I've created out of it, I've just absolutely loved. And the multi-chromes in here are just gorgeous. Another multi-chrome palette from them is the Royal Europe. And this one is just so pretty. So pretty. And then I have the Snow Lodge palette, and this one looks like this here. And of course, each time I just got to show you just how beautiful the blue to teal to pink shift, just so, so beautiful. The Ireland Way, this one here, I absolutely love greens, so they win their way into my top 5 for sure because of all of the beautiful greens and the looks that I created out of this palette. The most recent, the Fuji 5 Lakes palette, this is absolutely a work of art inside and out. You look, this one has gotten a lot of love. It is. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and prime my eyes, and then we're just going to get into this look. I just use a little bit of Hourglass primer on my eyelids because this is a very moisturizing eye base, and lately my skin's been super dry, so I've needed a little bit of help. Let's go ahead and get on into this palette, and I think what I want to do is I want to dip into Capone, which is this really dark, kind of to the cool tone side, just rich dark brown. Oh my goodness, look at how pigmented that is. That is just beautiful. Oh. Nomad is absolutely known for their easy blendability, just no fuss kind of makeup. How I like to do that, I tap my eyeshadow where I want it to go, and then I come back in and I blend it out later. That is stunning. It looks kind of black on screen, but it's not. It's just this really rich brown. We're going to do a little buffing with it also, so you'll get to see it'll lighten up a little bit. Putting this over on this other side, trying to get it even there. This palette here is going to release on October 8th. That is when you can pick this up for purchase. When I found out that this one is going to be $59.
It's a 15-pan pan. It's a 15-pan pan.
This is a 15-pan palette that has 10 mattes and 5 multi-chromes. And to have 5 multi-chromes and still be $59 is super affordable. I am so excited that we have some brands out there that are, not charging $100 for multi-chromes, and 5 multi-chromes and you're getting this palette for $59 is pretty darn good. I'm dipping into the Absinthe House, and I'm just kind of buffing the edges out of that dark, rich brown that I used. Just going back and forth in little circles. Also, if you don't have the ability to pick up this palette right away, don't worry. They have let me know that this is not going to be a limited edition. So there is no need to feel like you're going to miss out if you're unable to get a palette right at this time, which I love that too, because sometimes we struggle. Sometimes money's short. That makes it nice to not feel like you're going to miss out on something that you may really want. Because I know a lot of people that love Nomad, they are diehard Nomad people. And so they absolutely love to pick up the new launches. And so this makes it a little nice for anybody that wants to put off getting it. But plus $59, and then you can use also my code, which is code Debutawn, which you get 10% off of that. So super affordable. And if you've ever ordered from Nomad before, you know that they ship so quickly. Like, I don't know how they do it. I don't know what kind of superpowers that is, because literally if you order on launch day, they usually have your palette out in the mail to you right away, and people get it the day after, or sometimes, a day or two after. It's just so quick. So it's something that they have really kind of shined above and beyond a lot of brands that I see out there. Tell me down in the comment sections, have you ever been to Chicago? Have you ever lived in Chicago? Are you living in Chicago now? Let me know. I have been to Illinois. I don't know if I've been to Chicago or not. Maybe when I was younger, I just don't know if I necessarily visited there or not. But I don't think so. I don't remember it if I did. I think that it would be a totally different experience if I went and visited there today, whenever I'm an adult, than if I was a child, for sure. A lot of jazz comes from there, and, just some really good music and some really good pizza. If I ever went, I'm a little bit of a foodie. I would be checking out some pizza places for sure. Chicago deep dish, yum. Okay, I'm going to go into Prohibition, and I'm going to take that and I'm just going to buff the sides out just a little bit more up into the eyebrow area. Just kind of fading it even more. That Prohibition shade is definitely an amazing just buffer shade. It just really just kind of buffs those edges out really beautifully. Just kind of tone that down in the center there, so that way I can take another color on in and it just feathered that all out and just makes it look blurry and beautiful. I'm going to take a sponge tip applicator. I'm going to go into Boulevard.
I had to look that one up. Sometimes I look it up and sometimes I just take a shot at it. And that time I decided to look it up because I'm like, I have no idea. I don't even know where to start with that one, but it's Boulevard. Boulevard, I think it's what it is.
That's a fun one. Okay. Oh my goodness. That is stunning. Yes, 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 yes. This one is so, so pretty. I absolutely love this one. Putting that on, so pretty. I don't know if I can get up here so that you can see. It is so gorgeous. It has like this gold, green, dark, rich red shift to it. It is just stunning. It is so, so pretty. Can't get all the effect with my lighting, but you can definitely see it on the eyes. Okay, and then I think on the inner part, I'm going to use Chicago Fizz up on a flat brush. So beautiful. I'm going to mesh the two together. You guys aren't getting the shift that I see. You have a little bit of purpley, like lavender, maybe a hint of pink or red in it as well. It's so pretty, so shifty, so sparkly. It's just gorgeous. A lot of colors in this shade. Some shades are just really difficult to pick up on camera. Yes, that is beautiful. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take my sponge tip applicator, because why not? And I'm going to dip it into the green meal just for the fun of it. And I'm going to pop that right in the center there. That is such a bright, beautiful pastel green. The shade, I'm not sure I even own. Almost has like a neon quality to it. I'm down into the lower lash line there. Gorgeous. I'm going to finish out the lower lash line and let you guys listen to a little bit of music, but I'm going to show you what I'm dipping into. Use a little bit more of that on the lower lash line. Okay guys, this is my final look. I love how this turned out. So, so pretty. Let me go over a little bit about what I used off camera, and then we're going to do the rundown of the top 5. Okay. All right. So off camera, I did use the Lippy from Kaleidos, and this is in shade Mahogany. And I just think it paired up nicely with that deep, rich reds and browns and everything else. I absolutely love that. I've been using my Charlotte Tilbury Exagger Eyes Volumizing Mascara, really love, and I popped on a pair of lashes, just a no-name brand of lashes that I had. And then I am using the Haas Labs foundation on my face, and let me just let you know, one thing that I do love about Nomad Cosmetics is that their palettes typically have a shade that I use as a blush and a highlighter. And it's just a little bonus for me. And another reason why I like to travel with their palettes. And I used the Absinthe House as a blush. And then I also used the Gin Ricky as a highlighter. And it is like this pop of red little highlight for the cheekbones. And it is just so gorgeous. And it just adds to the shade that I picked for the blush and then ties it into the eyes. And I just love how it turned out. I also put it up in the high point of my brow as well. Super pretty. That's just an added plus. I would absolutely use this one as a blush too with a different look. And this one would be absolutely gorgeous on a blush. So with this one here, just stunning. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and then in the waterline, I used a ColourPop Multichrome liner, and this one is in Be My BB. and it is the multi-chrome that they have, and it looks really good. Underneath, I did go ahead and run the Green Mill. I did the Capone, and then in the center underneath, I did use the South Side. And so it looks almost like purplish, but it is definitely green, but it shifts to like this blue and purple. It's just gorgeous. Like, these multi-chromes are beautiful. That's everything that I used off camera. And if you're just as excited as I am to see what we're going to do in this top 5, let's just jump right into it, okay? So I hold up each one. So this one here, we're going to compare it to the Fuji one, and they're different, absolutely different, two completely different palettes, and I'm still going to keep Fuji. So Fuji's staying in the top 5. Okay, I can already tell you these two are staying in the top 5. So there's 3 of my top 5s. Okay, so what I would say I'm going to be up against is these 2 last ones, and I just can't get rid of my Snow Lodge. I love this palette. I use this palette. I think that these are 2 different palettes, and they both belong in those top 5. They just do. Okay, because I'm pretty sure this one's going to get added, and I think the only one that I can contend it with is this one here, and this is my green palette, my yummy green palette. Ooh, and I think I'm going to do it, you guys. I think it's going to beat out the Ireland. I did not expect to get rid of this one anytime soon out of my top 5. Just so you know, I have Nomad's complete collection except for maybe one. I don't get rid of any of them, ever. This is just my top 5 and whether or not it's going to beat out my top 5 of my collection. Just know that I don't get rid of these. These are my babies. And yeah, so don't worry. Don't fret.
Some people are like, why are you getting rid of them? No. Not getting rid of. Just in my top 5 ranking. Okay.
So this one, I think it beat out. I think this one's going to take over the Ireland. I'm happy about it. I love the green palette, but this is, can't wait to play in this side. Those are my jam, but I pulled myself out of my jam to go over here and play with some of these, and I'm so glad I did because I really love the look that I came up with. Let's just review. So we have this one here. We have the Snow Lodge. Very pretty. We're keeping all the multichromes, it just happens to happen. Royal Europe, really vibrant jewel tones. My Space Love right here, and my Fuji 5 Lakes. Beautiful, beautiful palette. I love these yellows and the reds, the blues. Everything in this palette is so beautiful. And the outside packaging, ooh, it just gets me every time. There they are, the top 5, you guys. So what do you think? Would have you done these top 5? Would have you moved out the Ireland for the Speakeasy? Would have you done that? Let me know down in the comments. I love hearing what you guys think of the top 5 and if that's the choice you would have done as well. So be looking forward to some live streams using this palette coming up. Hit the bell notification, and I'd love to see you there in one of the live streams. And I hope you enjoyed this, you guys. And until the next time, I hope glitter catches your eye, but never goes in it. Take care. Bye-bye.